fuel saver. We're going to accelerate as gently as possible. Versus fuel waster. We're going to drive as if we're late to an important business meeting. You can buy cars that have different fuel economy, but how much of the difference is the car and how much of the difference is the driving style? How you use the throttle, how you anticipate, how you forward plan. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little test and experiment to see how much difference in fuel economy you get when driving aggressively, fuel economy be damned, versus driving gently and having fuel economy at the forefront. I'm in my new family car, the Citroen C5X. It's only got a little 1.2 litre turbocharged engine, so the ceiling for really good fuel economy should be very high. But equally, it's only a 1.2 engine in quite a large car. So when using a lot of throttle, we should see the fuel economy absolutely nosedive as well. And it should give us a good best versus worst case scenario. And just to double impress you, the way I've cut this video is that throughout the video we'll be skipping between the inefficient and efficient runs over the same route with the same scenarios, the same roundabouts, the same corners, so you can see both from each perspective. Additionally, throughout the video, I'll be giving you little hints about how to get better fuel economy. I'll be talking about my philosophy to drive more efficiently and smoothly and just get the best fuel economy out of your car. Remember, this is not exclusive to this car. These tips can be applied to absolutely any car. And even when I'm driving sports cars and I'm just trying to get somewhere, not driving hard, I'll be using these tips because at the end of the day, if you can save a little bit of money on your fuel when driving normally, it's more money you have to spend on your fuel when you're driving hard. Currently, 90% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So please, subscribe. It's free. It makes me feel good. Maybe leave a like on the video if you thought it was useful too. This video is sponsored by Carwow. Show them some love by clicking the link down below, because by helping support them, you're helping support me. If your current car doesn't get enough fuel economy and you want to change car, well, the best way to do that is through Carwow. They've got a massive network of dealers and can get you a better deal on the car you're looking to purchase. Not only that, they can also help you get out of your current car, even if it has outstanding finance. Whether you've got HP, PCP, or any of the other Ps, you can sell your car to Carwow, who will then clear that finance and put any money that's left over towards your new car. It's a game changer if you want to change cars. So click the link down below, go and support them, get yourself a new car, and maybe get better fuel economy. Right then, let's dive into the video. You know, driving efficiently is actually such a deep topic. And there's a lot more to it than people think. Just like for driving fast, there's so many strategies. You can really get incredibly good at it. You can do the same for driving efficiently. This entire drive, we're going to do something called playing the no brake game. And that's going to be a foundation for everything else we do. Braking is wasteful. When you brake, you're turning your momentum into heat. You're wasting your momentum. So at all points, we're going to try to minimize braking so we can preserve that momentum. We're also going to be trying to maximize engine braking, because when you're engine braking, your engine, as long as it's a modern engine like 2005 and up, fuel injected, etc., your engine will use zero fuel. It will close the fuel injectors, it will inject no fuel, and the only noise you're hearing is your engine sucking in air, compressing it, and exhausting it. It's not actually making any explosions, unless you've got like a pop and bang map. But then you're not worried about fuel economy. Perfect opportunity to use some acceleration. And this is the little section of dual carriageway, or we can pretend it's a motorway. I'm going to be going a little faster. I'm going to be going about 76, 77. The car's actually dropping down gears and doing all sorts of weirdness because I'm harassing it for more performance. Very inefficient. There's a lot you can do too to your car, which I'm not really covering in this video. Things like increasing your tire pressures or turning off the air conditioning or 100 other things that you can do to try and go the extra mile. In this video, we're really focusing on the driving habits and the driving style. Get the basics right, and then I think the driving will get you further than everything else can. I haven't touched the brakes once since we set off. It's a very different mindset to how you drive. And I can see that speed limit for 40 miles an hour in the distance, and I've lifted off the accelerator to gently bring me down to the speed limit without touching the brakes. That is forward planning. That is anticipation. That is how you get good fuel economy. Look, according to the car, I'm up to 48 already. 49! Even around some of these corners, I'm braking into the corner, and then I'm accelerating round and out the corner. The gearbox has to, drop gears and work. Maintenance throttle through the corner just to keep my speed up. No braking, no hard accelerating, and I'm through. And I'm up to 50 miles per gallon. I can see the speed limit change again, but what I'm going to do, rather than trying to accelerate hard, I'm just going to gently let my speed rise up. And you see, we've lost 2 miles per gallon because of that, but we're going to gain it back here. Because one of the biggest cheat codes for fuel economy is when you start to realize that a constant speed is the most efficient way you can drive. So then you start looking for ways to start doing a constant speed. I'm going to enjoy the performance a little bit into the speed limit change. I'm basically driving like an 18-year-old. There is a roundabout ahead, but I'm not going to anticipate it. I'm just going to react to it as it happens. I never drive like this. It's very unnatural for me. Everything in my body is telling me to lift off of the accelerator. Right, we're pretty close now. So this is how some people drive. We smash on the brakes as we get towards the roundabout. And then we're back on the gas. There's that same roundabout coming up again, but this time we're going to anticipate it. I'm lifting off. I'm building a gap between the car in front of me so I can slot in when cars are coming round the roundabout. And I'm bringing my speed down by engine braking rather than actually using the brake pedal. And what this also means is I can time it when there's no car coming round, and I can just fly into the roundabout. Now I know there's a roundabout coming, so once again I've already lifted off, and we're just going to let that engine braking take us as far as it can, all the way up to the roundabout. Honestly, it reminds me of having my first car and just absolutely sending it everywhere. Pretty much as much braking as this car will give me as I'm getting close to the roundabout, and then I'm pretty much going full throttle on the other side. It's a very childish way to drive. Reacting late to the roundabout, smashing on the brakes, accelerating through like an absolute yobbo. I was very conscious on that first run that there's like this anxiety that creeps in. There's like this nervousness or this stress that comes with trying to drive quickly and get somewhere quickly. It's not pleasant, it's not nice, it's not enjoyable, it's not good. When you drive gently like I am now, it's relaxing, it's nice. Now we do find ourselves on a little country road. So what I'm gonna do is put the car in sport mode, put the gearbox in manual mode, drop a couple of gears, and drive spiritedly. Because that's probably the least efficient way to get down this back road. But we've got a speed limit change, so I'll go back down to third. Keep enjoying that performance. Do you know what? This car's a bit of a laugh on a back road. You don't need power to have fun on back roads, guys. Around almost every corner, I'm hearing the tyres start to squeak a little bit, which is hilarious. I'm braking, I'm accelerating, I'm using what performance I have. This might be a second gear corner. Nope, still third. Gears on this car are really short. Giving the car a little workout. But this is really good. This will show us what difference using a lot of throttle and having these types of inputs will really make to the fuel economy. I'm very curious where we end up by the end of this run. And now we're coming into that same stretch of country road. But what I'm not gonna do is try and stick on sport mode and manual mode and really hold those gears. I'm gonna try and get through this entire road without touching my brakes. This takes some planning because you've got to account for the fact that some of these corners are quite sharp. Try not to let your speed dip too low because then you have to spend fuel regaining that speed. As the corners come up, if it's a fairly shallow corner like this one, just keep your throttle at maintenance position and just keep that momentum all the way around the corner. Simple. This corner's a bit sharper, so what I'm going to do is lift off early, let the speed come down just a touch, and then have the maintenance throttle through the corner. That way you never touch the brakes, you never waste the energy. You can still have a little bit of fun hustling the car through some corners. You just don't accelerate as hard. You use the downhills to let you build momentum. I usually come on completely off the gas on the downhills and just let gravity accelerate me. And then we can pitch the car into a corner and use the throttle to maintain that momentum on the way up. And actually driving a little bit quicker is not a bad thing, or at least having the capability to, because you can hold on to your momentum better. I honestly think driving efficiently is one of the best skills you can have as a driver, because it teaches you so many elements of just driving well. Once again, we're coming up and we're just gonna smash on the brakes. Then we're gonna turn and we're gonna smash on the accelerator. I couldn't be less efficient if I tried. But I bet you've all got a brother, a sister, a co-worker, a family member that drives exactly like this everywhere they go. I've got some friends that are like this, just incapable of being gentle. Now we know we're going to turn right, there's no one behind us, we're going to lift off the accelerator. Just let the engine slow us down and we'll accelerate ever so gently out the other side. Now you have to remind yourself to accelerate slowly after the speed limit changes. That's the only bit that I don't love. I would normally use a bit more throttle than this to try and get up to the speed limit a bit quicker. I feel wrong using this much throttle through a little sleepy town, but name of the game, we're trying to figure out fuel economy. Nobody should ever drive like this. It's horrible. Your passengers will end up seasick by the end of it because you're just pitching the car backwards and forwards all the time. It's not pleasant. We're not going to be accelerating hard and trying to send it through the little town. I'm much more comfortable this time, rather than drawing attention to myself with the loud pedal. I can see the meeting situation, so I've already lifted off. I'm not in a rush, I don't need to drive quickly. And actually, because I'm driving slowly, I've engine braked all the way up to here. That was very, very efficient. And we're just about to pull into the petrol station. We'll have one last little bit of acceleration coming out of here, I think. Yes! Being as much of a dick as possible. According to the car, we've done 25 miles at an average of 35 mpg with an average speed of 42 miles an hour. Let's fill up the car and see if that's accurate. I think that's actually kind of good for driving like a tit. Let's find out. And we're almost at the very end. We're just coming up to the petrol station for the final time. I'm gonna engine brake all the way down to the petrol station. Here we go. Lovely, smooth, and gentle. The guy in the petrol station actually asked me, "What on earth are you doing? Why do you keep coming back here?" Same distance, slightly lower average speed, 53 miles per gallon according to the car. Let me go and verify that, and then we'll have a conclusion at the end. So there it is. A pretty massive difference in fuel economy. 36 mpg compared to 50 plus mpg. That could mean a savings of hundreds, if not thousands of pounds over the course of a year of normal driving, 10,000 miles. And it just goes to show, yeah, you can buy a car that's going to give you better fuel economy. You can also just drive smoother in the car you already have, and it would make that massive difference. So I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. My name's Mick, I drive cars. Peace.